What can you see? Don't be shy, I won't bite. Okay, what can you see? Somebody help me out. Joanna, you help me out. What can you see?
I can see like a man in the middle of the picture.
You see a man in the middle? Has he got a top hat on? It does, okay. So one thing you can see here is a man with a top hat. Okay, very good. There's 5 more things at least. Okay, what can anyone else see?
Rabbit with ears.
A rabbit with ears. Okay, that's probably number 2. Yep. Another one. Another 4 to go.
Vase.
A vase. Okay, yeah, this thing in the middle, or sometimes people say a medicine jar, or an old-fashioned medicine jar. Yep. A vase. A rabbit with ears. What else? Any more? Come on, there's more things. Anyone see 2 people? 2 people looking at each other, okay? Here's one, here's another looking at each other. All right? Okay, here's one you might not think about. What do you put old-fashioned on the fire to boil the water? You see a kettle? A kettle with steam? Anyone see that? A kettle with steam? Right? Okay, kettle with steam, 2 people, a man in a top hat, all kinds of different things. Right, what about this one here? When you look at that picture, what do you see? Anyone? What do you see?
A young lady.
A young lady, right. Everyone sees a young lady, right? No? What do you see, sir? Do you see it? You don't see an old lady? No, you don't. Okay, thank you, sir. Some people see young lady, some people see old lady. Okay? Does anyone see the old lady? Right? The rest of you all see the young lady. If you see the young lady, can you see the old lady? No. All right, okay, well, let me help you. So, the young lady is looking over her shoulder like this, right? And that's her eye, and that's her ear, and she's looking over there, right? The old lady, she's looking down here. There's her eye. She's looking down here. There's a mouth. There's a chin. She's looking down here. Can you see that now? Watch out. That man's coming through. All right, so you see the young lady and you see the old lady. Okay? What about this one here? What can you see here? At least 3 or 4 things on this one. What can you see on that one? Vases, yep. Okay, 1, 2, 3 vases. Yep, what else? Now the people who are looking at each other, are they very thin people who spend all their time in the gym? No, they've got a bit of a chin lump here. So a couple of rather, let's say, skinny challenged people looking at each other. Okay, what else? Anyone see anything else? What can you see in this one? Oliver. Anyone see any trees? Trees? Yeah? Okay, and one more. Think about you being upstairs, you're coming down the stairs in maybe an older house. Anyone see what you can see there? A banister, okay, banister. So lots of different things now. Now, people see these things and they think various things. I've got another one here in my bag here. What about this one? Here we are, it's Easter weekend. Okay, when people see this, they see various things, but what does this mean? You imagine a man who's about to get engaged to his darling, and he gets her an electric chair to hang around her neck. Imagine that. Imagine, you know, I'm married, and before we got married, I got my wife something special. What if I got her an electric chair to hang around her neck? It'd be a bit grim, wouldn't it? But that's what a cross is. A cross is, it was a way of killing people. So what does the cross mean? Now, years ago, when I was at school, my teacher gave me sums to do. So here's a sum, and I wonder if you can help me. If you can tell me, is that right? So I've got 12 plus 5. 12 plus 5 is 19. Okay, 12 plus 5 is 19. So you should be glad I'm not your bank manager. Or, well, actually, maybe I should be your bank manager. Maybe you get a really good deal. Or maybe you'd lose all your money. So 12 add 5. 12 add 5 is 19. Right or wrong? It's wrong. Okay. So 12 add 5 is not right at all. And, you know, Sometimes you might have thought at school that your teacher loved you because she put kisses all over your book, but sooner or later we realize those aren't kisses, those are, we've got stuff wrong. And that's the first thing the cross tells us that we've done something wrong. There's a problem. Now here's another one. This is from a little bit some years later. So I told you I was a doctor. I used to be a doctor. And when I was studying as a doctor, I met this delightful young lady. She was a nurse. And so we got to know each other. And eventually we got into a relationship. And then one day she wrote me this nice card. And at the bottom of it, she said, wrong, wrong, wrong. You know, she sent me this nice card saying how wonderful things about me. And at the bottom, she said, wrong, wrong, wrong. So cross doesn't always mean wrong, does it? What else does a cross mean? Love. Yeah, of course, right? So cross can mean love. And that's the amazing thing about this weekend. This is why I travel here. It's why I gave my job up as a doctor, because the most amazing thing is we can know God. We can come to a relationship with God. We can be forgiven our wrong because God has stepped into this world in Jesus and loved us. Now, I used to work in the hospital, and on the side of the ambulances, they usually have this cross. Okay, so if you see an ambulance and look on the side of the ambulance, you see a cross. Or sometimes in conflict zones, you'll see ambulances with this cross on the side. So that cross doesn't really mean wrong, does it? Right? Doesn't mean wrong. It doesn't really mean love. So what does that cross mean? Any ideas? What does that cross mean?
First aid.
First aid, yep. First aid, and you need help, right? We need help. And again, the cross of Jesus reminds us that we need help. I grew up in an Anglican church, and I used to go to church, I used to read the Bible, I used to pray, and it was good, but it didn't really change my life. And I remember when I was younger, I stole some money from my parents, and even though I got caught and I got punished, it bothered me because I was a thief. And in order to cover up my stealing, I remember lying to my parents and to my teachers at school about where this money came from. And I don't know about you, but sometimes my conscience bothers me about things I've done that are wrong. And if you could rewind your life, is there 10 minutes of your life that you'd like to take back? You just think, you know what? There's just no excuse what I did there. I just wish I could undo that. Well, you know, friends, what we've done wrong is going to keep us out of heaven forever. But God sent Jesus to deal with exactly those wrong kind of things. So for me, at the age, this was back in 1983, if you were around back then, and I was in Liverpool, and I heard Jesus died for me. And for the first time in my life, I realized I had to become a Christian. I'd never said to God, thank you. I never realized he died for me personally, and I needed to get right with God. And that day I did. And I can say ever since then, I've known my sins are forgiven. I know I'm going to heaven, not because I'm good, because Jesus is good and he died for me. And friends, that's why I drove 150 miles here yesterday to come here to share this message. I do this every year at Easter time, and I'm glad to do it because, friends, it's true. And we would like you to know the same God. We've done wrong. God loves us. We needed help. Jesus came for us. And here's my last cross. You come to a crossroads if you're learning to drive, and you have to make a decision. Are you going to go left, right, or straight on? And the cross reminds us that in life, all of us have a decision. And one day, friends, this very moment I'm talking to you, you will stand before God. I will stand before God, and God will say, what did you think about Jesus? What did you think about what he did for you? And this moment will be very significant. Thank you so much for listening. I have here part of the Bible. It's free. I am not interested in your money. I gave up my job as a doctor because I don't care about money. I care about what really counts in life. And friends, what counts is where are we going when we leave this world? And if you would be interested, you'd be very welcome to have one of these. Explains how you can be sure for going to heaven, how you can know God for yourself. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for listening. Somebody else is going to take over a minute. I should be standing just over here, but if you'd like one of those, please come and ask me one. And thank you for your time. I hope you have a very happy Easter.